everybody. Welcome to Barely Filtered. Today I have on a very special guest. She is my sister and her name is not Sophia. I know a lot of people are like, when's Sophia coming back on the podcast? I don't even know who Sophia is because I only call her Sophie, and I told you guys she changed her name like 2 years ago. Well, she didn't actually change it, but now she wants everybody to call her Sophia. Anyway, the person who's coming on today is Olivia, my first sister. She's 3 years younger than me, and she's getting married in a few weeks. So a lot of people had questions for her about things that she's doing to get ready for the wedding. I think it's interesting for somebody who's so used to being behind the camera, getting glam, getting her hair done, things like that. Like, what does somebody do to prepare for a big day? Because I feel like she kind of always has to look good. But anyway, also, she and I kind of got in like a massive fight last week, so I haven't talked to her since then, which is kind of funny because I forgot she was coming on today, and I'm like, oh God. But I didn't want to like cancel her, but like, you know, with a sibling, you like don't want to make up because it's just like annoying, but you'll probably hear about that. But anyway, I haven't talked to her in a week, but she's here. I saw her in the waiting room. She has her pajamas on, which is kind of weird. And we're going to talk about her wedding prep. And we're also going to talk about her endometriosis a little bit, just because the guest that I'm having on after her is a hormone specialist, or she talks a lot about hormones and the menstrual cycle. And Olivia has endometriosis. And a lot of people were asking questions about how she has been dealing with that and, you know, her plans for having kids. What's she going to do after she's off of her pill, because a lot of you might know that she had a surgery and then was put on an oral contraceptive in order to, or not an oral contraceptive. She has the Mirena. Anyway, so that's been managing her hormones, but people want to know what's it going to be like when she gets off of that? Is she going to be able to manage her symptoms? So lots of questions, you know, about the wedding and about hormones. Hormones and weddings go hand in hand, don't they? So anyway, I'm going to go and get her from the waiting room, and hopefully things won't be awkward for the first, 10 minutes of the interview until we warm up. But yeah, definitely got in a massive fight with her last week. So we'll see. Let's bring her in. Welcome to Barely Filtered. I see that you made yourself very comfortable. You came in your pajamas today.
I am in my pajamas, and I got dressed in the dark. So
are those actually pajamas though?
No.
Who makes them? Fledemont. Month?
Munthe.
Every time I say like a brand name or something, Olivia's like, no. It's pronounced, the H is silent, the G is a hard G, and the E is silent. And I'm like, okay, but I don't speak French. So anyway.
I think it's
M-O.
It's some European brand. M-U-N-T-H-E.
Munthe.
Munthe.
Wow, that's
it's comfortable.
Gorgeous name. Well, so I know that you have a big day coming up, and a lot of people are wondering about that. So I feel like we should just start with that, because I have so many questions from people about like, what does Miss Universe do to get ready for her wedding? No, I'm just kidding. She hasn't been Miss Universe for a while, but
yeah,
like, are you getting? Do you have are you getting cold feet or
cold feet? You idiot! No.
Okay, not cold feet. Are you
wrong?
Are you having any regrets? Lady. No, I'm just kidding. Are you nervous?
I'm not. I mean, I'm nervous in a lot of different ways, but definitely not about my decision to marry Christian.
I know you're not nervous that maybe you picked the wrong one. But like, are you nervous about, like, what are you most nervous about?
I'm nervous about everything. I don't sleep, so that part sucks. And
you need to sleep.
I know. Can't you tell?
I mean, it doesn't matter how many beauty treatments you get before the wedding.
I have not slept. No, I did not. I probably slept last night for 2 hours.
Why?
There's just a lot of pieces and a lot of things that haven't really been put together yet. And as a control freak, it's easier for me to do things like to feel kind of like when I planned my engagement party or when I plan other people's things, like I'm in control so I can get the answers when I want them and I know I'm going to get them. Mm-hmm. It's really hard for me to wait to get answers from people.
Got it. You're like, what? It's 3 a.m. Why haven't you answered me yet?
Yeah. And then there's other things too, like going through the list now, going through the table seating, for example, there's probably like 6 spelling errors and like misses and misters that were incorrect. It's just so annoying because I for example, I'm not being a bridezilla, but like if I delegated that to somebody else, but like if I had done it myself, I didn't delegate it to somebody to be like, hey, can you do this and get everything wrong?
Who did you delegate it to?
I'm not at liberty to say. No, it's not my wedding planner. My wedding planner is amazing.
And
no,
like,
it's fine. That's not. And that was a stupid example. It was totally fine. It's not that big deal. But Aurora, you know our cousin Carly.
Yeah.
So our cousin Carly is married to a woman.
Yeah.
And her name is Carson Brewer. And we had Mr. Carson Brewer. You know Shannon Leto?
Yeah.
30 Seconds to Mars, very famous man.
Yeah.
Miss Shannon Leto.
Because like, how? Because they sound like boy and girl names.
Yeah, but Cara Santana, like...
I mean, I kind of think we should have kept them. It's kind of funny. No, you know what I'm saying?
We did. They were on the invitations that were... way too expensive.
Mrs. Shannon. Wait, when they got the invitation to their home?
Yes. Like multiple people with the wrong names and the wrong gender. That's literally that's not even the tip of the iceberg.
Okay. Well, let's talk about like, what are you going to be serving for food at the wedding? Because this is something that I'm... And how did you make this
I know
decision?
that you don't know this because you were the last person out of my 250 guest count to give me their order. So I picked for you.
What am I having?
You're having the steak. So I hope you enjoy.
Thanks. Oh, man. I do remember like with my wedding, when like after my wedding, I feel like I had more enemies than I had before I got married. Not enemies, but just people that like, when I hear their name, I'm just like eye roll because it's like people really get on your last nerve when like you need an answer right away, or you feel like they're dragging their feet to give you an RSVP, or they change their mind about something, or they ask you a question that like you just feel is very just unacceptable. Like, hey, can I bring my friend? Or like, can I bring my dog? Like people, for some reason, a wedding happens and like people just become really dumb about like social etiquette. Am I right?
I know what you mean.
What's like the rudest thing that somebody's done? And by the way, you're not even there yet, because I remember I had somebody, not mentioning any names, but he literally called me like the morning of my wedding and was like, listen, I know I said I couldn't come, but like I'm on a plane. I got on last minute. Like he didn't have a passport. I got married in Mexico, and like we didn't have a seat for him. And also there's like, you know, head count issues where there's fire codes. And anyway, he ended up coming. I think you know who I'm talking about, last minute. Also didn't have a room to stay in. So stayed with his mom, who's sharing it with somebody else who like they didn't really ask her if he could stay with them. It's like kind of awkward.
He's like, I'm here.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you didn't want a room with a grown man? What do you mean?
No. I mean, the rudest thing ever, we had last minute cancellations. We've had a lot of people pretending that they're invited. I know that's really, I know.
A lot of people pretending that they're invited?
Yeah,
who do they pretend to?
I mean, the hotel. Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. And then we're like, who?
Oh my God. Wait, I wonder what their like the long game plan was, like just to be there and maybe think that you're going to see them in the hallway and be like, oh my God, you're here. I would love for you to join.
I don't know. It's hard when you have like a bride and a groom because you don't necessarily know who's in the groom's party. And then he doesn't know who's in mine. So we're like, I don't know. Ask Christian.
They were maybe
like,
coming to
Christian's
crash.
Like, well, maybe. It's hard to say. But that was definitely.
God, you should have played along though. Like you should have been like, yes, they are invited. Make sure you call Mr. Buckingham and ask him like, and then like, play along the whole time about like this person being invited and then like send them to the wrong location or something. I mean, okay, that's mean, but also
we had such a strict like occupancy. Like it's so bad.
How many people are invited to the wedding?
We had to let around 240, but yeah, it's tough because
are you at
really
maximum or is there any room?
Oh, sorry, no, we invited 250, but no, we are over the max, unfortunately. But another rude thing was with the seating arrangements, like persons just like literally hating everyone. There's this one person who just hates everyone. So there just had a table of complete strangers. I was like, okay.
It's like, who would get along with this person?
No, they hate everyone. So it's like, okay, I'm realizing that you're probably going to have a complaint no matter who I put you next to. So let's just make it strangers.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm trying to think like, who might they enjoy? Nobody in politics. Can't do anything like that. Probably
No, strangers, I think, is the way to go.
just
put those people as
strangers. Yeah. Old ladies?
That could be nice.
Yeah. But sometimes people don't like the way old people chew.
Sometimes they can't even chew.
Sometimes they can't. And then you have to know CPR if you are, are sitting next to somebody who might not be able to chew their food, which is a liability. It's like you are in the emergency exit table. This is for people who might need you to resuscitate them at any moment because they're very elderly.
Jeez. No, that's another thing too. What if it's sweltering hot? What if somebody passes out?
Well, I think people are more likely to pass out not from heat, but from like alcohol.
I also don't. I mean, I hope I don't even know about the dancing. Or were we supposed to take lessons for the dance?
Oh, have you not taken a lesson?
Did you guys take lessons?
We did. We had Mikey's friend.
Synchronized dance?
Well,
choreographed of sorts.
We actually did have a. No, you know what she did? She came over. So she's like an ex-Rockette, and she is a dance teacher and she was on tour with Katy Perry. She did not teach us any of those moves, but she came over and taught us like a couple little like things that we could do like during the song. She's like, this is called I don't know.
Plie?
No, like I think, what did she even teach us? There was a couple
First
dips.
position, second position.
Wait, what would you do if Christian like has been practicing this like dance for you?
And
like,
airlift.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He's, of course, a fantastic dancer.
Yeah, he's better. He's a better dancer than you, isn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a very good dancer.
That actually takes the pressure off because I'm not a great dancer. I mean, I'm better than you.
He's such a good dancer.
But like, I feel like Mary, like that's always kind of been like something that I'd be nervous about is that my husband would like so I was kind of dating this Puerto Rican guy who's a really good dancer. Like he's Latin. I can't compete with that. Like I don't even have my hips don't even move like that. How is this gonna work? Like I don't think we can end up together if you can dance really well and I can't. But
I think you can learn. You just need to definitely. Yeah, I mean, look at Sophie. Sophie's like literally.
Sophie's a pretty good dancer.
No, she's a pencil though, and she's a good dancer.
Yeah,
like,
what is that then?
Loosen up your hips somehow.
I don't know. I guess it has nothing to do with
yoga.
The hips.
I don't know.
I think it must be like a brain muscle connection, and not so much like the way your body looks. Because
hula hoop?
I don't think hula hooping's going to help me. I could try. I mean, I'll get back to you. So I guess people are, I ask people what they want to know about your wedding and they're asking the most audacious questions.
Let's hear the worst questions that people ask.
Okay, hold on. Can I have the rest of those papers? Were you surprised by the prices of things and have you stuck within the budget that you planned for?
I feel like it's tough because, to be completely honest with you, I planned my engagement party in Rhode Island and it was so fun and I used all the same vendors, and for some reason it's literally like 10 times, no, honestly, like 20 times more expensive like than what they would quote you for not a wedding.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's just me. It's just the nature of the business.
Yeah.
It's too bad because I don't know. It's
I don't know how people can get away with it. I mean, I guess it's a free country, but it just feels like there's so much, isn't there just so much competition for something like a florist that they would have to stay within some kind of reasonable number?
I think it's just the way that it works.
They just all agree.
Universally. Yeah. It's just a different, yes. If you go to a venue and say that you're having a charity event, it will be, sorry, not a charity event. That's a horrible example. But if you go to a venue and you say you're having a birthday party for 250 people, it will be a completely different price than what you say, I'm having a wedding. The way. I mean,
I do think that a lot of weddings really should just call themselves fundraisers because that's what they are. They're like, we're inviting 500. Yeah, like in the olden days, in like Sicily, in olden days, like, I don't know, last century. That's why they have such big weddings, for the money that they get from people, so that they can. Yeah, it's a fundraiser, literally. Are you guys asking for? We did. Did we do? I had like a registry, but it was like you could pick like a charity or you could pick like I had like a couple things. I think one of them was
where was your registry?
Zola, I think I use. Is that a website?
Well, it is, but yeah, I guess
It's like an online registry.
Multiple.
But like who wants like, I don't know. I guess you have to do a registry because you'll end up with like a bunch of crock pots and stuff. I don't know.
Well, you can. We have it so that both of our charities. So Christian has the Christian McCaffrey Foundation, and I have Endo Found. So 2 different donation options. We did that for the engagement party too, but yeah, that's very common.
Yeah,
these days.
So have you told people about like what your bridal party looks like and all that, or
bridal party?
Bridal, like do you have bridesmaids or
not you? You and Sophie will be in the color, and people will assume.
Oh, you're telling people that?
My bridesmaids, but
you're not.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, yeah. Don't care. Long hair, don't care.
It's all for the optics.
Yes, I know. How many looks do you have?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Really?
It's top secret, yeah.
Okay, will Oliver be ring bearer? If not, what are Oliver's duties?
Oliver and your son, Remi, will, God willing, walk down the aisle together. Oliver's little outfit came, oh my God, it's so cute. He has the cutest little, they're completely matching.
Well, Remi's outfit is cute too, but he got these new pair of Oakleys for his birthday. He really wants to wear them. They're so ugly. And they're
Oakleys, I remember those.
No, he looks like Guy Fieri. He gels his hair and puts the Oakleys on. And he could not feel any cooler, so
that would actually be kind of cute, but maybe not. We'll see.
They don't really go with the look.
And also it's indoors. Like, does he have to?
We'll see.
Like, okay, now we're transitioning inside. Take them off for just a moment.
Yeah. Oliver has a leash, right?
Yeah.
And Remi's going to be walking.
He has 2 different
Remi wants to know
leashes.
if he has to walk like this.
I think that would be cute if he walked like that.
Yeah, because that's how he's been practicing. I feel like that's what the bride does.
Do you think there's a chance that Remi won't walk down the aisle?
Remi?
Yeah.
No, he will, but he'll probably, he's like, Soleil is less shy than him. He's probably going to be like.
Okay, so he'll definitely walk down the aisle.
Yeah.
Do you think that Soleil and Iris will for sure walk down the aisle?
Maybe if you do like a trail of like treats. Iris is our older brother's daughter, she'll be 3 in September. And then Soleil obviously is my daughter. Oh, and also Remi has pink eye right now, by the way. So I could have it, but I have eye drops. So you just stay over there. And
I don't plan on rubbing your eyes with my...
No, you'd be surprised. It's very contagious.
Really?
I don't have pink eye right now, though. That was just to scare you.
Be careful.
Yeah. No, he does. But he's been using the eye drops. But can you imagine if like everybody got pink eye?
I can. I can imagine that. I can.
Okay, somebody wants to know any tips for wedding planning, how to budget, how to stay organized, order to book venue. Like how does all that?
I feel like my biggest piece of advice is to do 3 things every single day. Just get 3 things done and keep a list. Get 3 things done every single day, completed. And then also start in advance. Give yourself a lot of time. But if you decide and commit to doing 3 things a day, you will enjoy the process. You'll get everything you need to get done, finished in a timely manner, and you'll also feel a sense of accomplishment. It's just what I always do for events.
Okay. Well, actually, after you today, I have a girl named Elisa Vitti who wrote a book called In the Flow. And it's all about cycle syncing and how to work with our hormones in a way that we are not kind of guessing what our symptoms are telling us. So as somebody who always thought that like everybody has cramps and you're supposed to feel really emotional before your period, or you're supposed to feel like completely wiped out and bleed for like, 10 days, whatever. Evidently, like none of that is true. And that you should, if you're eating, exercising, and taking care of yourself in a way that supports each of your 4 phases, then you don't need to be on anything like a birth control. You shouldn't need to take Advil, and you shouldn't feel like your hormones are.
I cannot wait to hear what she says.
No,
I know it's all about the supplements. Like, what would she say? Like ashwagandha, maybe maca powder. Like,
well, here's the thing. It depends, because like if you have too much. So a lot of symptoms of high estrogen are like heavy periods, tender breasts, endometriosis, like feeling moody, cramps. Like there's a lot of symptoms with excess estrogen, and estrogen is metabolized through your liver. And a lot of time, and like if you're not using it, if you're not like metabolizing it, it'll build up in your body. And so there's a lot of things that you can take to get rid of that.
I take DIM a lot when that happens to me. DIM is another herbal. It's herbal medicine, but it's a estrogen metabolizer. It helps you metabolize estrogen. So if I have cysts, like I had a cyst.
Oh, cystic acne
cycle. Yeah. No, like in your body.
Or on your face, though.
I pretty much get a cyst every time I have my period.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody does. I mean, I'm sorry, not everybody does. And it's not normal, but it's estrogen dominance is what feeds the cyst. Estrogen dominance is also what creates endometriosis and all of those type of reproductive issues. So it helps you get rid of that excess estrogen, because when you have that cyst, your estrogen is through the roof. And that's when you'll feel really lethargic. You'll feel really moody. You'll just be in pain because it's big, the cyst. And
so when did you find out about your endometriosis? And did you think that your symptoms were just kind of like what everybody dealt with?
No, I was embarrassed of my symptoms, so I didn't want to tell anybody.
Oh, because your symptoms were pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And at the time, it's crazy because now you Google it and people are really honest, and it's on Reddit and everything. But if you Googled it, like, you know, when I was 12 and these things were happening to me.
You didn't get your period when you were 12? How old were you?
I think I did. Yeah. No. 6th grade. Well, when did I get my period? Maybe 14.
I got mine after 8th grade. June of after 8th grade. 14. Is it?
That's pretty old.
11 is young. We're going to ask her.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was between 12 and 14. But when I would Google those symptoms, nothing came up. Nobody, that was not on anyone's radar.
You can imagine. Yeah, I mean, it is sad that we've kind of been taught that our period symptoms are something that we just have to live with, because when in reality, what I've been learning is that we can actually use them as a superpower. Like, did you know during your period, when you're on your period, elite athletes actually perform better, women, and that we're more able to pay attention to detail. We're more able to be in a state of like when you're on your cycle.
What about the pulsating heavy lift on your pelvic floor that's throbbing?
No, I literally had
really bringing you down.
A heat pad on my no, that's not normal. That's a symptom that is supposed to be that is giving you information about that your hormones are off balance. That's why I've been reading this book, because it teaches you, like, if you feel that you have too much estrogen and you need to be taking things like artichoke root, and there's a lot of different supplements that I'm going to talk about actually in the next episode.
Wait to hear what she says. And I feel like in general with reproductive health, there is so much that we don't know, and there is so much that we don't talk about, and that information is just stifled from, you know, this. It's systemic. It's been difficult. It's difficult to talk about your periods. It's difficult to talk about your private parts. You know, it's not something that you necessarily want to lead a conversation with. But I remember even growing up with you, and you would be upstairs in your bathroom, and you would like scream down, "Somebody get me a tampon!" And everybody would be like, "Oh my God." And it was kind of like, you kind of like broke the ice in a way, because our mom never taught us how to use a tampon. Our mom never told us what a period was.
No, she
but
didn't.
Our mom's mom never talked to her about those things. Like, they didn't believe that sex before marriage was appropriate. So why would you ever talk about sex before anybody was married? And then our mom's sister ends up dying from birth control because she didn't want anybody to know that she was having sex. But like, it all stems from this guilt that we have in society, that I think I'm very excited to be a part of that conversation and changing it, and just talking about periods and allowing people to have that. What you did for me as growing up too, when you were just
like, I have a vagina, I need some help.
Exactly. Like, it's so difficult for people. I mean, it was difficult for me, and it's still difficult for people.
Literally, I have to be careful. Well, here's the thing. I try to I don't want to tell my kids things before they're ready for it. But Remi now is noticing things where, like, I can't really be naked in front of him anymore, because he's like yesterday I was like, I have my period right now, and I was like running to the bathroom, and I only had underwear on, and it was like kind of bleeding through a little bit, and he's like, "Mom, why is your vagina red?" I was like, He calls it a vagina. I'm like, he like just comes up with the word, and I'm like, I sat on something. I don't know. Don't worry about it. But like, I don't want to teach him about women's period. And so Lay has no idea. But like some, like they see products around and they're like.
But I think at some point you have to. And I feel like Christian's so great about all that stuff. And with me, he's the ideal partner because his mom also probably had endometriosis. She had the worst period. So when she was
does she not get her period anymore, or she did?
No, I mean, she does. When she does, she's like out for the count, and now she's starting to get it less. But like,
I didn't know if she had, because a lot of people get hysterectomies.
Yes. Yeah. She hasn't had to do that, but there were times when, every cycle is different, but she would be in a lot of pain and they would have to see that as all 4 boys. And she didn't sugarcoat anything. And they knew and respected that she's in a lot of pain and you need to respect that. Right. That's part of the difference between being a man and a woman. So right. I don't think that it's anything. I think it's actually one of the best gifts that she gave to me by teaching her boys that there's nothing to be ashamed of and that you need to support your partner.
Well, also one of the benefits of learning about your cycle and where you're at and having your partner link up with you on that and knowing like, oh, this is the time of the month where she'd be more open to having sex, like more receptive to like being like sometimes like one part of the month and another part of the month, you can slap me on the ass in the kitchen and like, I'll be like, oh, ha. And then if you do it another time of the month, it's like, I'm going to fucking murder you.
Well, that's not according to what's her face. If you do all the, I don't know, what was it?
Cycle syncing?
Asparagus.
No, you're not, you don't need to be like horny every day of the month. That's not, like, I think that's another thing that men want us to act more like a man, where it's like every day we feel the same, but we don't from one day to the next.
Yeah. I mean, you add like birth control into the mix, who knows?
But you're on birth control, right? Isn't that how you started supporting your endometriosis?
Suppressing.
No, supporting it.
Yeah, supporting it with
the
suppression.
Symptoms. Yes. Supporting it by stopping it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yes, I'm on the Mirena IUD, which I am grateful for because it definitely gave me my life back, but I don't love the idea of being
Isn't Mirena progesterone? What does it do?
So it balances your hormones. It keeps you from getting a period. So like basically endometriosis is when the uterine lining grows outside of the uterus, and we're in so many different places. Everybody's is so different. And so you're suppressing it by keeping the uterine lining small, aka you don't shed, aka you don't get a period. So it just keeps everything it keeps the inflammation down. And that's why like when I get off of birth control, I'm going to be in a lot of pain again.
Well, you don't know.
Well, I will be gradually. I will be because it grows back, but slowly. Like you do the surgery to get it all cut out, but then you go on the birth control to suppress it, and then when you get off the birth control, it grows and grows. Every month it gets worse and worse. That's why it's a progressive disease. That's why like I wasn't in so much pain until later. Yeah, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like everybody. Yeah,
interesting.
It's a lot. It's so.
I don't know. I just feel like. I'm going to ask this lady for you, but like, I wish that you didn't have to be on anything because you're also suppressing all of the good parts of your cycle. Like there's benefits from getting real progesterone, not synthetic progesterone, that you're not getting from being on the pill.
I know, but so with endometriosis, it's estrogen dominant. So if I were to be off birth control, I would just have like crazy estrogen dominance.
Yeah.
So it
I wonder if you could fix it with like supplements, though. I guess
I think you definitely
doctors would not say that because it's like
the DIM for me works really well when I have
DIM
really well, but doctors won't tell you about that either because I don't know.
We'll ask her. But okay, so we talked a little bit about fertility. We talked a little bit about your wedding. People do have questions.
I have a question about your new boyfriend.
Oh yeah, and I have a question for you about my new boyfriend.
Oh, he's not invited to the wedding, if that's what you're going to say.
Rude.
No, rude to invite somebody I've never met. What were we just talking about? Can my friend come?
He's not my friend. He's my special friend.
Yeah, okay. Flavor of the month. Not interested.
Don't say that. He's going to listen to this and then hate you.
Sorry. It's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of my sister.
Well, Olivia is just kidding because he's actually taking us all out on the day before the rehearsal dinner to meet everybody.
Yeah. Don't say where.
I'm not going to say, we'll be at this location. No.
Everyone's invited.
Yes.
So nice of him. Oh, yeah. Who is he and what does he do and why do you like him?
Oh, I can't tell everybody that. It's a secret.
Oh.
But you know who he is. It's not the person you sent me.
But when you Google him, you do know what shows up, right?
Really?
When you Google this person's first and last name, it's like, not that there's anything wrong with this, but there's an 80-year-old, like 500-pound man.
That's not him. That's not.
No, I mean, it's not him, but that's what shows up.
Yeah, no, that's not.
So I was just
that's
a
not
little
the same
confused.
one. Actually, I like that that's what comes up when you Google him because I don't want anybody to steal him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like a nice relationship rooted in trust and understanding and safety.
I did ask, well, no, did I ask him if he, I think I was joking by asking if I could bring him because like
you wanted to bring him to the rehearsal dinner and to the wedding. I've never met him.
No, I did not want to I did not ask to bring him to the rehearsal dinner. I was thinking about, I was bouncing the idea off of you.
Can blank come to the wedding? Wait, can you guys do the thing where you do the beep? Can come to the wedding?
No, I said, do you think it would be uncomfortable? No, I said I didn't want to take away. There's a few reasons why I didn't.
Do I think it would be uncomfortable? Yes. Never met him before. Mm-hmm.
No, I was really wondering if you would think it was uncomfortable. I was mostly thinking like, I don't know, for him really. Because I mean, you're going to be busy. You're not even going to notice. But I think I didn't want to have to, first of all, I don't want people to be like, who's that? And then people will be distracted by like, who's that? And then also like, he's still getting to know my kids. That was one of the other reasons. And then
yes. Has he even met them?
He has. He's met them and like on FaceTime and stuff. And
do they like him?
Yeah, they really do. He's really nice. He has his own kid. He has kids. So like he knows.
How many kids and how old are they?
2 and they're 17 and 14.
Wow.
Yeah. No, they're older. They're really nice. I never thought that I would be like, I never thought of myself as being like
the evil stepmother.
Yeah. Of like older kids.
Parent Trap.
But I actually prefer the older kids because now it's like, I don't have like, there's no pressure on me. Like you've been raised. And now it's like, I can just be like, I'll be like, I won't tell your dad. Here's some beer.
No, probably not a good idea.
Just kidding.
No one take advice from her.
Yeah, but we play tennis. We actually, me, him, his ex-wife, and his daughter all played a doubles match.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. And you liked her?
Yeah.
All of them?
Sure did. If I didn't, I wouldn't say it on air. But I did.
That's funny. Wow. So meeting your kids, if your love interest is meeting your children, then that means you're very serious.
Yes, but also I feel like people do make that kind of like, I think a bigger deal than it needs to be.
Because they can just be your friend.
Yeah, like my kids are so little, everybody's a friend. It's not like we're making out in front of them. They don't get it. And then his kids are, I guess the older you get, the more it matters.
Yes.
And I think there's an age in which it probably matters the most. And I think that's like somewhere between like 8 and 15, like school age. I think you can't just be bringing like random women around because they know what the deal is, right? Who is stressing Olivia out the most during planning?
I'm not at liberty to say. But you are on a short list. You are on a short list.
No, believe me, Olivia and I, we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's just say when Nikki was like, Olivia's on your podcast tomorrow. I'm like, well, we haven't spoken in a week, but okay, fine. I wasn't planning on. I was going to cancel her, but then I was like,
God,
whatever.
I really wish you had.
We weren't speaking because Olivia asked me a dumb question and I gave her back what she thought was a dumb answer. And then we just started getting in a big fight and on our family
It was
chat.
due, honestly.
And my dad kept being like, Mom, make them stop.
You're making your parents feel real bad.
Yeah.
No, it was so stupid.
You guys got in a fight on a professional Zoom that I was on, and it was quite uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't care who's around. We will fight. Nobody will stop me.
Yeah. Literally. Don't mess with me. Don't. Especially. That's why also I think it's important for everybody in your life you should have checked in with my calendar to figure out where I was in my cycle and been like, oh, she just started her luteal phase. Yeah. I won't bother her.
And also, I'm sorry, but that one Zoom, they wanted us to have nobody wants us to have a Christmas special.
I wanted to have a Christmas special.
But nobody in the world else does.
Not true.
Raise your hand if you want us to have a Christmas special.
So that's what this Zoom was. And I was like,
Olivia, can't you just see us on like Hallmark and be like,
Kelly Clarkson, Drew Barrymore, they have Christmas specials. No one wants to see our Christmas special.
believe me, I want to see our Christmas. I want to see like us with little golden retriever puppies under the Christmas tree. Like,
all right, you guys send me the storyboard and I'll take a look.
Too late for that. You guys had that fight.
yeah. Oh my God, that was uncomfortable. Those people, yeah.
Well, and
Sorry.
You were awkward on screen, and then the text fighting was going on while you guys were trying to talk, which made it.
Yeah, that did happen. But that was mostly Olivia's fault because she didn't want to be in that
We got
meeting.
into a really big fight. I can't remember.
The fights are always the same story if you guys really want to know. It's Olivia complaining about doing everything for everybody
misinterpreting everything.
that nobody asked her to do, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then nobody helping me with anything ever.
Yeah, that is her reality, and we're just gonna let her sit with that because her wedding's coming up. We don't need to stress her out.
I'm gonna just bite my tongue on that one.
Yeah, you should.
Well, that's a good question. I definitely wanted a champagne tower because I'm obsessed with champagne.
Oh,
It's
what's
my
a champagne
favorite.
tower?
It's a tower made of champagne glasses, and then it overflows with the. It's
It
very
feels
traditional.
like
You've never seen a champagne
no,
tower?
but it feels like what if somebody knocks it over?
I'm sure it's happened.
Can you pull a drink out, or is it
I think
just
you
for show?
can. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
But it's a really pretty display. That was one non-negotiable. Another was not seeing each other beforehand. That was really important.
like the day of, not seeing
Just not seeing. Some people do a first look.
Oh, like you don't want him to see you before you walk down the aisle.
Exactly.
What about no sex before marriage?
I'm a virgin, so yeah.
Any mental health moments pre-wedding? Yes. Mm-hmm. Lots.
Yes. Can you elaborate?
No, they actually said any mental health moments pre-wedding, like meditation. I'm not really sure what that means, but I think what they're asking is like, have you been practicing any kind of like something to keep your mental health better?
No, I wish that I had prepared myself more. I think it would have been really smart to try to get in some cardio every single day, but then there's just it would be such a great way to de-stress.
Like, are you trying to keep yourself skinny
No.
before the wedding?
No cardio for stress. Just managing stress through exercise. I have not been doing that, and I should, because I think it's the most important thing for me, that and meditation and sleep.
Yeah.
But if you exercise, you can sleep well. So it all kind of connects.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. What about like exercise for staying in shape? Like, are you worried at all about not fitting in your looks?
I'm really not.
No.
But I feel like, I don't know.
You should be worried about me
No,
because
yeah,
I can't
I know.
zip a couple of my dresses.
I did
right
have a lot of anxiety about, well, I go back and forth because I don't want to be too skinny, and then I don't want to look back and think, why was I so skinny? But then I'm also just really not dieting at all. All. I had In-N-Out Burger on Saturday night. I had Panda Express on Friday night.
Panda Express.
Yeah, I know.
Even that, I'm like, wow, at least got some good Chinese food.
No, I love Panda Express.
You do?
Yeah, but I'm not. I fit into everything. Like, I'm not. So I don't know. Why do you think that I should be skinnier?
No, I just feel like that's something that you usually do. Like, I feel like before a shoot, you're always like, oh,
I know,
like,
because I
worrying
need
about
like
what you
abs
need
and
to
stuff,
eat.
but I don't need my
You don't
stomach's
need
not showing.
abs. Yeah. Oh, your stomach's not showing. It's great.
Yeah.
That's good. Actually, that's
Obviously
and that's a
my
little
stomach's
sneak.
not showing.
Well, no, we don't know that. That's a little. This is you heard it here first,
Okay,
folks.
yeah.
There will be no crop top look in Olivia's wedding. And honestly, that was up in the air. I'm sure for a few people.
All right, maybe.
Let's see. Okay, they said, is Olivia going to be doing a first look with Christian before the ceremony? So no.
That was one of my non-negotiables.
So you would not do a first look.
No, Christian doesn't even want to see what I'm wearing for like for the rehearsal dinner. He wants everything to be a surprise. It's
What are
very
you wearing
romantic.
for the rehearsal dinner? Have I seen it?
Mm-mm.
Would you want to give us the brand or the designer or no?
Mm-mm.
Interesting. Is it the same designer that you're wearing throughout?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Have you done any skin treatments or any like pre-wedding treatments that you would recommend to anybody?
I have, but I will say what I'm starting to realize is I've booked all of these facials and all of these lasers and all of these things to try. I think it was a little counterproductive. I think it's better to just sleep and manage your stress. Like nothing looks better than getting sleep and drinking water and just being rested and calm. Honestly, like you can do, and also you don't want to do too much. So I would say that that's something that I kind of wish that I had realized at the beginning, because I don't know, you have all this pressure. You think you have to do the most and do something different and change things, but just don't. Don't do it.
It's like, I want to look the most beautiful I've ever looked, so I need to put on the most makeup. It's like, no.
Exactly. Or I'm going to try that one thing that I've always been wanting to try, but I've never tried before. That one person recommended. It's like, don't.
No, I know.
Don't
and Botox
do it.
too. Like I feel like my eyebrows were weird at my wedding. Like I was like,
exactly. I just don't know if it's the smartest thing to do. The risk reward, it's just not there.
Yeah, those pictures live forever. Like I almost feel like, in a way, like do your own makeup, because you want to like recognize yourself, or use a makeup art. If you use a makeup artist, use the same one that you've used for a long time.
Less is more. Everything that you think you want to do a quarter of it.
Are you using hair and makeup like people that you've used many times before?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've had a few trials.
Oh, you've had trials.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and errors, or?
Trials and tribulations.
Well, I feel like your bridal, the thing at Nobu, what was that? Bridal party? Wedding. Shower. Bridal shower.
See, this is my maid of honor, and she doesn't know what that event was called.
You guys, there's been 900
Do I
of
need
them.
to say anything else? Do you need to know anything else?
You had a wedding shower.
Sophie, my other maid of honor, showed up an hour late.
You were with her.
Yeah, but it was my event. You
drove together.
No, we did not drive together.
Well, you walked in together.
Yes,
That's
because
weird.
she was an hour late.
So were you.
Yeah, but you guys are my sisters. You're supposed to plan that. That's what you... Yes.
I was on time. I was early. And by the way, Olivia, you've had a wedding shower. You had a wedding...
No, I had Christian's mom threw an engagement party for her friends. And then I had an engagement party in Rhode Island. And then I had a bridal shower. That's it.
And then, you had 3.
Well, I had
Did you want
engagement
another
parties,
one?
and I had one bridal shower.
Yeah, you didn't need another one. That's where I put my foot down.
I didn't, because the one in Colorado was not a bridal shower. It was
a wedding shower.
Well, Lisa and Ed had a lot of friends that they wanted. Christian's parents wanted a lot of friends to be able to come to the wedding who couldn't go, so they threw a party.
You know what? I'm going to do something really big for you, like maybe for your baby or something like that, because like you just didn't know. You just didn't need another party. Like there was even a few people who were like, "Why did Isabel throw her bridal shower?" I'm like, "She wanted to. What am I going to be like? Oh, I need to do it because it's my duty as the sister." Blah blah blah. It's like that's not how I roll.
No, but I mean, maybe you could just care a little more, like know what it was.
Care a little more. I knew when that party was. I was there.
Aurora, you planned a trip to Hawaii and had to cancel it 2 days before the party.
No, I never went to that trip.
Yes, because you canceled it, but you forgot that I had a bridal shower that weekend. You had a trip to Hawaii planned and canceled it the Wednesday before.
No. I didn't know that the trip to Hawaii was going to extend into the weekend. When I found that out, I was like, sorry, I can't go.
It was a weekend trip.
No, it wasn't.
We were going to leave Hawaii in the middle of the week. Yeah, for the weekend.
I thought we were only going to go for 2 days. It was supposed to be spontaneous.
You were going to go Wednesday to Friday to Hawaii.
Literally. Yes, I was.
You were going to go Wednesday to Friday to the Polynesian Islands.
Yes, I was.
Really?
I was going to stay at the one hotel in Kauai.
For 2 nights.
Maui.
For 2 nights.
I was.
You're going to go to Hawaii? Have you ever been? Do you know
it was with this guy it was with this guy who I had just met. I didn't feel like being with him for like a full week. And
so you were going to go from Wednesday to Friday and make my bridal shower. Okay.
Yes, I literally was.
Cool.
So Hawaii had nothing to do with your bridal shower.
You're an idiot.
So anyway, are you going on a honeymoon? Don't care. Just kidding. Are you going on a honeymoon? I know you don't care. What's your skin routine? What's your workout routine? Don't care.
Aurora's just asking all these questions because she actually doesn't know this information. Her next question is going to be, what time do I have to arrive on the day? What time do you have to arrive to the chapel on the day of your wedding?
Yeah, so
she just needs to understand the information.
Is there anything that the bridesmaids should be bringing with them the day? Just kidding. But like, are you guys going to go on a honeymoon or something or anything?
You're an idiot.
Well,
you're an idiot. No, we're not.
Why?
Because Christian goes right into the season.
Interesting.
We prefer to be at home and play backgammon and watch Harry Potter and sci-fi movies and Game of Thrones.
Wow. Were you looking when you went on your first date with Christian, or were you just looking for a one-night stand?
No, I was not looking for a relationship. It's crazy. I looked through my journal the other day and it was March 3rd, 2019. I wrote this whole list of everything that I wanted in a man, in a guy. The first one was family oriented and, all the loving, whatever. Literally, it's Christian to the T.
What else was on your list?
Loyal. That was really important to me. Number one was family oriented, and he's so close with his family. Good relationship with his mom, for example, which is so weird. Honest, kind, loving, caring, hard worker. I mean,
did you get into like a physical description, or just what you like, how you wanted them
strong,
to be?
But no, nothing like needs to have this color eyes or needs to be tall. Nothing like that. It really wasn't anything
Bet
physical.
you wish you added that now, though, right?
I wish I added a few things like tidy. Just kidding. But 2 months later, I met Christian, and we've been inseparable ever since. I did not plan on that being the person that I would end up with. He was 4 years younger than me. He was an athlete. I did not want to date an athlete. The last thing I wanted to do was date an athlete after what I had gone through with my ex, the only other athlete that I ever dated. And for the record, and it was not something that I thought would work out in the way that it did, but he's the best.
And how was doing long distance for all those years? Because you guys have never lived together.
So hard, but it's not that we've never lived together. We don't really have a home base. He works half the year in a place that he doesn't live.
And where are you guys gonna live?
We'll live in, but we'll never have one place that we live.
Really?
We'll probably stay in the Bay Area and then LA and then
you're
North
gonna
Carolina.
have to when you have kids.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Like when your kid goes to kindergarten, you're gonna have to be
totally.
somewhere else.
But
yeah,
no, we will have a home base when we have kids.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we have to wrap this up, but thank you very much for coming in and sharing your wedding secrets with us. When's the date again?
Taking applications for new sisters and
Look, it says right here,
honors.
when is the wedding? I'm not wondering, they're wondering. I know when it is.
That would be really funny if we just asked Aurora a bunch of questions that anybody coming to my wedding, attending my wedding, let alone my sister, would know, and just see what she says. Like, what time does this? So is there anything that you want to leave our listeners with? Any tip, trick, anything that you're maybe loving for yourself lately in life, or specific to your wedding or not? No. Can't wait to have you back. Isn't this your job? I do. I have many tips and tricks that I always leave them. Okay, so no treatment that you love for before your wedding. No treatment? No, there's no treatment that you would recommend? Is there like one? There's salmon sperm facial was really good. Salmon sperm facial? Yeah, with Dr. Ellie. And then the exosome facial with Leslie at Skin Worship was really good. Exosomes. Exosome facial. Really, really good. What's an exosome facial? Exosomes are a type of stem cell, I believe. And it's just really regenerative. Do they take your blood? No. Oh. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. I believe that's what it is. Okay, so salmon sperm facial with Dr. Ellie and the exosome facial with... But Leslie at Skin Worship. Oh, okay. But I will say nothing is going to make you look and feel better than just managing your stress in whatever way you can, sleeping, and drinking a lot of water. Taking every opportunity you can to sleep, evidently, because she's in her pajamas right now. So it's I didn't. Anywhere she thinks she might be able to get a quick nap, she's like, I'm prepared. Where's your eye mask? Oh, I hope. I forgot my eye mask. How did you? Okay, well, thanks so much for coming. And we would love to have you back sometime, Sissy. Hopefully when you're a married woman and you're not living in sin anymore.